a whole thing. So I've been missing a whole of wrestling on my first one I missed. So I'll going to the bottom of this full review. So if you want to subscribe in this series and you want to subscribe to, you get one membership and one description below on my screen below. So here's at the top of new series right there on the top on my screen here below. You get one free description below on my screen right here. You can use the code. So let's go break down tonight's of AEW All Out in Toronto, Canada. So let's go live right here on my screen. So I get a silver hour tailgate. So I can win Samoa Joe and Powerhouse Hobbs. We take on the Work Horseman. I was in last time in Ashes when Samoa Joe and Hobbs lost to Jeff Waddles on Dynamite on the 10th, and Work Horseman lost 16 garlic on all weights on the 6th. I just said silver hour pre-show began with Hobbs and Samoa Joe we taking on Henry and Hobbs. I was guessing out a body slams and was left and right into Samoa Joe and Scott to the win for his team and the assault but to any team bout was it a Conan Clutch and win on this match Powerhouse Hobbs and Samoa Joe. And next match got Kate Sabata. We take on Dana Garcia. I did last time in Ashes Sabata to undefeated Matt MKO of all weights on 11th, and Dana Garcia and Moxley to undefeated Pentagon all inclusive on 11th. Anyway, Dana Garcia came out with Mansfield and by his side and take on Sabata as a Roman match in the feud. And this was a fun, hard-hitting fight. I think that would have been right at home as a main card. Anyway, Garcia and trapped, but Mansfield had the referee distracted, and Garcia was able to get to the win with a power double, followed by a nasty stomp to the head. So, in the winner of this match, Daniel Garcia. So, Carter O'Reilly and Wallace Strong in hologram, which is on the flat house. Was it the last time in Ashes Pentagon lost to Jeff Waddles on the closest on the 9th, and hologram won the 16 tag match to all weights. Sapphire House lost to Air Fox is a Kingdom all weights August 30th. At the end, Pentagon is solely employed for this 6-man tag match against Sapphire House, and this was a quick sprint. Wasn't that ended with hologram? His games in the win for his team. In the win on this match, hologram, Kanawali, and Wallace Strong. After win last time in Ashes, making Bang a triangle of madness to undefeated Nightingale, Chris Stanangelo, and Queen and Hardy came in for Benning Door and made sacred to undefeated Leslie Lane on all weights on announced. As this hate feud has been blowing the women's top division for weeks and just coming in and 8 women in a 12 tag match to close out the pre-show. Had suspended this was on it the undersize, but and that didn't stop it from being insoluble and was when Nightingale got a win for her team with a hang powerbomb to Poppy Ford. And it went on this match. Harley Cameron, Miyasakura, Kunimata, and Will Nightingale. Edwin Hobbs was slamming Anthony Henry and Cindy Drake. All in all, it was the fun that the crowd was eating up, and you could see a lot of empty seats early in the 0 hour. So, if it was not having Jenny Garcia's interest music anymore, that kind of sucks. I know, but it makes sense for his chemical. And you meant Garcia and drop kicking the steps into Savannah head with a bonus spot. The show was cut to the break right when Harley Cameron grabbed a steel gun, the spot with a web gill and did not go as a plan. So next match we got Christian Cage and Adam Copeland, which take on FTR. I did out last time in absence of FTR to undefeated Adam Priest and Tommy Beverton on the closing, in Casey and Cope to undefeated Chris Witz and Kip Sabian for Brandon Joel. I did with Christian Cage and Cope with some walking backstage and one into some prominent faces that was before they made their entrance. So this is for this garage match against Cass Whitlow and Dax Howard. I didn't mean Dax Howard and AX and we just started with a scandal becoming an elbow tidy up, and Dax Howard got the forced takedown with a solid tackle, and then he added into to instantly by walking across Cave's back. Adrian Cope and Caswader attacking in and Caswader spat right at his former friend to get some heat. And both teams were walking their time, and in this one it took a couple of minutes. I didn't minute before the pieces started to cracking. In case it spent some time taking damage into FTR, putting him from attacking Copeland a few times, and once the Cope got set ahead a hot tag, and he took the fight to both members of FTR, and he even did a full Uncle Soul to pay Sansea's back for his bill. Arguing Case and Cope to lodge in Super Pseudo at one point, and Cass had to slap some sense into Dax to punish him from tapping out. And this may not have been punished to the acid, but it was a great symbol of how you can put on a great match. I did without walking from the spot to spot, and they took the time, the soul, to the big move, and pick up to the piece when analysis. And you went stalking halfway to pull the referee out of the ring to point it and pan, and it was brought out. It was Beth Phoenix to take him down with a spill. A lot of the referee was dragging, and after losing the ring, the belt and on Copeland but he still missing to kick out at 2. But this was after surviving inside the machine. Copeland was able to get the win when he spilled a while in caves. Jack's held back from waking up to the pan. It was Snake Rain came out to point a expressive so Adrian FTR and Cape Civic could attack Cope in caves. Adrian Copeland was coming to the ring of ropes and had to watch FTR hit a spike by the devil to caves it would ended 20-1 from FTR, and Beth gave her husband a kiss before going after a both men, and it ended up the power diving hole has coat look on. I just suppose match the angle is a clue and guesses that this feud has so far from over. The crowd gave FTR a touch of heat for attacking by Phoenix. So, in the winner of this match, Crescent Caves and Adam Copeland. After Sebastian gave the stuff with bubbles and green, the budget was nervously but still funny. It's been 21 years since. Adam Copeland and Crescent Caves to team up in Toronto, and Dax Hall had his nose tapped up into the break broken by Crescent Caves. I meant to address just Sansi without saying his name, but said a crowd scented that Sansi's name a few times. After when Cass was slapping Dax to keep him from tapping out was great, and but Phoenix got a great reactions and when she came out. After since she had her own music and video, it just may not be the last time we see her. So next match got Eddie Kingston. Here we go, 1-on-1 against Big Bill. After last time in Athens, Big Bill to undefeated Mass Costello on the course on the 11th, and Eddie Kingston lost to Gabe Kidd, disappeared strong with Grace 2024. After when Big Bill was out and forced to take on Eddie Kingston in what was his first match in over a year, the Toronto Club gave the Mad King. Was it a warning welcome when he came to the ring? Eddie Kingston got right in Big Bill's face. As the match got started right away, he alloyed with shots. As a big man, but one sword from Bill put him onto the mat. Wasn't even true it took Eddie Kingston a little while to begin making a real comeback. He never stopped talking trash. After most of the match was dominated by the 7-foot monster Brian Keith to seal him on as he kept finding ways to steal Eddie Kingston and beat him to the end when Eddie Kingston hit one of his signature, the spinning back fist, but Big Bill got right back up and marking like it was 92nd one. He put Bill down was the account, but he wanted to connect and also even to announce. Announcers announced that it looked like a miss. And yes, it was entertaining, but nobody is going to call this a 5-star match, especially with how it ended, how it low. No, Bonnie Keith and Big Bill attack Eddie Kingston until Hook came out to make a save to end with Hook, and Eddie has a pivotal, as it was an interesting way to go. Anyway, on this match, Eddie Kingston. Eddie Kingston did not wasted any time getting to the ring and get that fight going. I think a lot of people were trying to uphold about Eddie Kingston could be hard saying it several times. I just said the second spinning slam from Big Bill and wasn't look much better than set force. And with Brian Dennison was a great on commentary for this match. His history with Eddie Kingston helped him add a lot. So, next match we got MCF, we take on Mark Briscoe, takes in tax. So, I just have fun see him ever a light heavyweight world champion come out force for his table in tax match against Mark Briscoe. Into the ring had a bucket of tax in each corner and every single tables signing it. I just had a second nominee pour a ton of attacks into the ring before he and himself even made contact. Himself tried to leave, but Marbesco brought him back to the ring and both men tied to slam each all. Also on just the attacks, but they kept trying to avoid it, and MCF knew the referee has it sealed to circle Briscoe in, and so he could slam him for the first time, and he drove Mark Briscoe's head into some tax to add an extra punishment and cause the first blood to spill. And during MCF for the impulse of tax into Mark Briscoe's mouth, and then he knocked him into the face when MCF was finally dropped on the attack with a back body drop. I just said the crowd buying this seal, and this was designed to be bloody fight. It's not a good wrestling match. So I just said something like this is to me was just good, and it from this level, so to some degree, was it good has a series of fun spots and designed to pop the crowd supposedly, and nobody will call this the best match on that main card. But it might be the most miserable for many people. Both men did a faster job losing this stipulation to create big moments. It was exciting, but this was designed to do. Anyway, on this match, Mark Briscoe. So next match we got Sahot Suzuki. We take on the Demon. So Ricochet in the Gates of Agony were out of force to take on Bobby Lashley. And such was an MVP who was having his first match since he underwent the show. An indie event and made this was his first AEW match since back in January. After when MVP started for his team, but he wanted Ricochet instead of Khan and Ricochet for a moment, but tag it out. It was before anything could happen. Khan and MVP took Gable and trade some shots before Roseman tagging in. Was it after Lashley tagging in Ricochet came in and marked him and he tried to lower him with some body shots that appeared to have no event, so Almighty held him up for a simplex for a long time. Arguments of Holt Sezekate has an open hand into the demon MVP and kept him asserted for a while, has skateboard on his back leg, and once Busman got the tag, and he started suplexing and throwing all three upon the round, settling sometimes of two at the same time. And this was a sole carpeted match, and even if the trio's titles not by unusually onset so by the OPPS. It was nice to see such type of business get some adjusted with just about all 6 men to work hard to make sure. And this was exciting enough to follow some mayhem, and that came before it. It was and Ricochet ended up getting the win for his team by pinning MVP in somewhat surprising outcome. And the winner of this match, the Demon. And when Ricochet's new group is named the Demon, it took way too long to come up with a name for this trio, and they have been together for several weeks. And next match, I got Mercy Monet. Here we go 1-on-1 against Riho. So, I just said TBS title was on the line when Riho signs Monet as the next matchup. This is coming less than 2 weeks after Monet lost a tag match to Riho, and Alex Wilson, so she was looking to prove to the former women's world champion that it was so and they traded some roll-ups and champs and submission hold right from the start, but now women could run and clear the crowd scented for both women as Monet grabbed the bottom rope into escape have the Boston Crab. And also, I just the piece slow away down into the middle as the CEO was putting Riho through a lot of punishment. The crowd was just thinking instantly, but you could tell people were kind of waiting for something big to happen. And this match had good moments, but as a whole, it felt short of what we know about women are capable of into the ring, and whenever this had been on Dynamite in main event, it might have put like a bigger deal and pick up a bit as it in, but not early enough. After when the CEO retained the title, after winking the eyes and then hitting her pencil was at the pan. So, in the winner of this match, Mercedes Monet. After when Monet had a bunch of less in men money on all titles except the JBS Championship, and during her entrance and when her size makes her one of the few people who can hit a 619 without it looking. The double stomp Riho hit that on the inside was look bonnet even to someone her size. And you been starting on your stomachs with a both feet is going to hurt bad. And just away Riho was trying to slam Monet her knees into the mat and was looked bad, and neither one of them was doing it right because they were off. So next match we got three match. They got Kazuchika, we take on Kosuke Chisari, and we take on Intradio. I just said a match got started with a all three men was going after East right away, and Chisari was sent out of the ring, so Intradio and Kazuchika trade moves for the bit once. The big tape was back in and took a superhero at the ringside. It was an image of both men or members of the Don Kaz family, and what it felt like Kazuko and society were doing anything to hope is all it was for this competition. It made it for the more exciting match, and they kept a steady pace throughout the entire match. It never felt like there was another in the action unless someone had a submission hold was locked in. It finally felt like Andy had some worse odds in this bout. And he was also the most exciting to watch. I think it took a long time before Chisari and Kara had a longer scores together, but once, and they said Kara was loving it. The second half of the match was more exciting than the fourth, and did a good job making us a question who could win. And Jordan was the start of this match, and it's saying a lot concerning it's all Capel's all three men came close to winning a few times before it finally ended with Cole hitting the ring angle on Jordan for the band into the win. And the winner of this match, Cassius Okora. I knew with John Cassius said sometimes 1 plus 1 equals 6, and has no certain somebody was hurtiest. And Jordan is one of those guys who we all know is great at what he does, but he has yet to get it on your fighting with a win in AEW. And decided with Wayne Bosco also the win must look awesome. I just a back-to-back dive from Andrade was a fun moment. And next man got some Moxley. He would take on Darby Allin. I just had a fifth conflict match in AEW history, and we saw Darby Allin, who has a perfect record with 3 wins in his stipulation, taking on Moxley, who has never competed in one in AEW before. As Moxley was making his way to the crowd, and Darby Allin appeared out of nowhere and attacked him to get the match started. So with tackle, and then we hit a big dive off it at the top, and we don't landing outside the area and so far further up into the crowd before making their way back just at the ringside area, and Moxley started to bleed, and after Allin went into his ear for some seconds, the rest of the dead waddles came out and helped for a bit, but Moxley imaging said he went away. He brought one of the caskets into the ring and slammed a shut on Darby Allin, and a few minutes later, and Allin returned, said a favor, and did it to both hands. And we knew this would be just cover on his head. And it wasn't fight because both of these guys live for that kind of thing, but whether that is a good thing or not is up to you. I just live crowd was definitely having a good time with it. And Biden just handed WN in their bag that contained the same kind of a plastic bag, like Brian Jensen was with WN News to cover Smart's head, and then had a cold red park when a base supposedly torn and ended up sending and W added an also top rope into one of the caskets with a power bomb. So, anyway, on this match, Son Moxley and next match got four-way match. They got Tony Storm, Tinkler, Sammy Hill, and Chris Stellinger. So Tinkler was out for the four-way where Charlie match with Storm, and Sammy Hill and Chris Stellinger hit 4 women had coming into this match. And but has Storm got some loudest reactions. Storm and Tinkler put up the bottle and was Stellinger and Sammy Hill fought, but those pills didn't last long and came down to Stellinger and Sammy Hill between shots. And in the middle of the ring, all 4 women ended up falling at the ringside, and anyone took some big risk and bumps. And this match had a funny placement of the main card and came right after a common match and right before a 4-way ladder match. So card was into it, but had this match happen only into the night. I think it likely would have been received even better, and that being said, this was a good performance from all 4 competitors that brought a lot of energy to the ring and made sure that they kept the crowds adjusted to Sammy Hill and Stone have the most history between them, and they did a good job. And doesn't that about it? If only like the ovals were left out. So I knew what nobody accepted was no. I wasn't how it just ended. The Stellinger ended up losing the belt and playing conference in Japan, Storm, and becomes a new world champion, and this was a great match. Anya Bussett, the sponsored ending was what made it stand out, and Harley came out to celebrate with her friend. So, in the winner on this match, Chris Stellinger. So, Anya teased the return of Orange Cassidy in a backstage last minute survey. Tinkler sees. Yeah, thank you for the comment, guys. So, Anya went Stellinger and enjoyed it. Running kick was awesome. So nothing Sammy Hill hit on Stellinger looked stiff. It was great. And Tony Storm's story on Tinkler during her spot pose was funny. So you deserve it since understanding you won was a great way to end it. So next match we got Bandeo. We take on Young Bucks. We take on Seth Speed. We take on Don Kai's family. So I just said tag titles were up for a grabs in a four-way ladder match with Bandido to undefeating against the Bucks. And Sespeed is a Don Guy's family. Argument Alessandro and his skill took its role, only days to some so teamwork and didn't take them long to clear the ring, but Sespeed cut off the moment with some fast-paced offense, and every team had moments when they were in the driver's seat. Just the first few minutes when a match with so many and it ensued, so as it was easy to follow. After the young Bucks and Sakai's family from a temporary and also that put apart with Nick and Matt tied to win behind their backs. After so many other matches have across of multiple provinces, and that is silencing to come up with anything new, but they listen to advocate if you message that feel according to this bout, and even Chloe put into setting up some the spots, and yes, it was is the best possible sense, and we took so big bumps, and it didn't feel like there was a single week. This link, after someone close because my new pulled down the towers to retain, it was that Perry returned after the mass. After it did it attacked some young bucks, and then we saw a fail of him with the one to make up. After of Luchasaurus, who was in the ring, and when the lights came back on, he so slammed both young bucks before turning away. His kiss with Bill is hitting his former tag team partner. Argument Jackson Boy began playing in the area as the crowd sang along with it. And it went on in this match, Bondale. Argument Buddy King suppressing three men at once. And it was a cool spot. It makes match get Adam Paves, Richard Color Fossil. After the main event of All Out with Salt Haven to undefeat the men's were tried against, so for the star, there was a stipulation put in place that Andrew with Color Fossil sees all anyone intensifies, he will be strapped of the TNT title supporters and came together into the middle of the ring. I talked a little trash before going for the first backup, so few matches before this report made him, so they said this report by making his this more. It also wasn't about half force. Also, however, once they took the fight out of the ring, it was kind of fossil. He was a great seal and to hit a big dive and also barricade to take him down. It may have done more damage to him. I do it because Pace was forced to his feet and for several minutes. The photo star seemed to have the open head more often that it did not. Him kept finding ways to get the muscle of offense, but it felt like Forza had a 12 for longer in pace of time. The piece just matched almost a point, just slowing down to seal and just speed up to get to the crowd, exciting and get the big spots for like Every day meant something because they wanted to moving from one thing to the next. It wasn't a hit, a brain muscle to put pace through, sometimes keep a table, but both men will down for a long time. Afterwards, when they got back into the ring, the also hit two running kicks on my old brain muscle, but he couldn't get to the pin. And a few moments later, and Heyman put Fawcett through a different table with a deny, and the bump looked nasty for Fawcett, but after he was able to continue, they continued to fight for several more minutes, between several near falls. And Heyman appeared to have nothing left as a confident Carter Fawcett still did no sold his strikes, but he was able to hit Sajai from the middle rope and before knowing the backside was the pin into the win. And the winner of this match, Henry Adam Page, is the final award. AEW money the first to deliver with its pay-per-views in this year. All out, and it wasn't every single match. It ranged from the good to great, but it was the base surprising that made it memorable. It was Beth Phoenix was any ring appearance, and AEW ended before taking a power double from FTR, which has decided to continue the feud with Copeland and while the case focus on the Wayne family. And you would question Daniel wins the women's world title was a golden saga moment, but one that failed to solve after lots of work that he has put in over the past couple of years. In fact, Adrian Parks returns to help Moxley win his common match against Darby Allin. Was a nice surprise, but it was even more shocking when Darby Allin set Mox on follow later into the night. After the return of Single Boy in his avoid with Luchasaurus, the return of their Jackson Boy Dean with among the highlights of the night. After the four-way world title ladder match is the Unified Championships and Triple will and some of the best athletes we saw all night long. The show will be defined by the forces in and that ensued, but it ended very classic single bout between two guys in their prime. Benjamin Carter Fossil and Hammond had a lot of pressure on them, and they were a big way, and they didn't need tons of. It was such a good match between two guys who want nothing more in them to put on a good show, and they didn't have King Omega or Ospreay or Sports Stigman, but it did still wasn't to put on a great night of wrestling. So, also overall, this was an outstanding show. So, let's go to my YouTube gaming poll for a night. So, let me see here. So, we got 100% like this so tonight on AEW All Out. 2% is right, and 2% didn't like it. So, let's go to my X poll. Give it 1 second here. So I might let you guys know I might do more reviews tomorrow night. So I've been missed one thing I haven't missed since like AEW All Out. I haven't missed. So in this part, hold on, let me see here. So that Super Cent liked it. Super Cent is alright. And Super Cent didn't like it. So thank you for watching on AEW Dynamite. No, AEW All Out. So we had a big breaking news that Stu McMahon is going to be Hall of Fame 2026 for next year. So I'll see you guys tomorrow night, and I'll do one more review. I'm gonna do one review tonight. I'm gonna do one more tomorrow for Getty Russell Posa review tomorrow night. So we might see you guys tomorrow at the same time. Like I will be back about 4 o'clock maybe or so. So have a great Saturday. Have a rest of your week. And we'll see you guys next week on Monday Night Raw. And we do review that place since then. So let me see right time for tomorrow, for next week Raw. So give me 1 second here. I go to my Netflix here. So let me see. Hold on. So next week we're back to on 6 o'clock. Next Monday Night Raw is just at 6. So we might do review about 9 o'clock. Or maybe probably about 10 or name it, I don't know. So and if I'm at next day, we might do this goes at 6 o'clock p.m. on Netflix. And we go back to October 6th and back to regular time on 7 o'clock as well. So have a blessed night. I'll see you next time. Peace.